Hello everybody! If I'm in a new spot, it's because I've moved! Yeah, I'm in the flat! Don't expect this to be the corner that I film in all the time because I've no idea. I might switch it up as I figure out the best place to do this from. But I've finished a book. Finished 3 books actually that I haven't filmed yet. So, let's get in with Some of Us Are Liars by Fiona Cummins. When Jen Miller entrusts her youngest child to the care of her beloved sisters, she has no idea of the devastating tragedy that is about to unfold. To celebrate her sister's wedding, global superstar Winter Calloway throws the party of the decade at her luxurious beachside estate. The decorations are flawless, the champagne is on ice, the guests have arrived. But one misstep will have heartbreaking consequences that will rock this close-knit family to their core. With her life in pieces, how can Jen ever begin to forgive? Saul Anguish, a brilliant but tormented young detective, is called in to investigate and uncovers a long-buried and shocking family secret. As the trail takes a dramatic turn, they must now all face the truth that you can never truly leave the past behind. So yeah, that only tells you about half of what's going on here. It's in British fiction, contemporary, crime and thriller, mystery, police, drama and forensics, and family sagas. Now, yeah, so there's an alternative storyline in there which you're trying to figure out and put the pieces together, because there's flashback to, I think it's the 80s, to a girl in her family home, and her father comes back very, very drunk on a murdering rampage. And those chapters indicate that she may not have made it out alive, but her younger sister did. And then you've got this storyline with Jen, Winter, and Alyssa, I think it is. So you've got these sisters, you've got, as I said in the blurb, global superstar Winter, whose real name is actually Deborah, like me. But when she became a model, she was told that the name Deborah was not fancy enough. They say that to Deborah Kerr. Anyway. Yes, so Deborah changes her name to Winter. So when our flashbacks to the girl's childhood, the way it's written to be talking about Deborah rather than Winter, because it's before she changed her name. And yeah, you're looking at the relationship between these 3 sisters, and then you look at the tragedy that happened on the day of this big wedding party, and you find out in dribs and drabs what actually happened on the day. You find out that a boy died, one of the sons died on that day, and then you end up in a court case. So it kind of has a bit of everything, really. As I said, you've got that family saga, you've got the police side of things, you've got the courtroom. Yeah, there's so much in this book. Oh my God, it was so good. I mean, it says, Lisa Jewell meets Jodie Picoult in a story of betrayal and deception in the aftermath of a family tragedy. Lisa Jewell meets Jodie Picoult? Yeah, I can totally see that connection. Because you've got the mystery and the family saga of Lisa Jewell. I've read a couple of Jodie Picoult books and I can totally see that mash up. It's so get your teeth into it type thing. I think it's because obviously you find out the child died, you find out who's on trial for what happened that day, but then you also realise that something connects them to this story in the 80s where there was a father went on a murdering rampage and killed the majority of his family. Yeah, I had my theories and I was half right. I was half right when I was trying to do the guesswork on this. So yeah, if you think you've stumbled upon what the answer is, I have a feeling you're only halfway there. If you do the same mental maths that I do, you're only halfway there. Yeah, it was just so good. So people might be thinking, if they know Some of Us Are Liars and they know Fiona Cummins, they might be thinking, why there's not a series Sunday, Debs? Technically it should be. Because it's a Saul Anguish mystery, basically. But when I looked up the differences, it does say that they work as standalones, and it doesn't feel like a Saul Anguish story, whereas stuff like the Unalina series there is a very clear story happening to Yunalina throughout all those murder mysteries. I didn't really get anything from Saul in this book, or it might just be this is a book where you just don't get much from Saul, and there's others that have a bit more of a deeper thing to it. I think one of the books is called A Boy Called Saul, so I think that's supposed to be about his childhood. I have a feeling this will probably end up as part of a series video at some point. But yeah, because it just works so well by itself, and at the time I wasn't sure if I was going to read any of the others, I figured it could be a Wednesday video for now. But then, if I do read anything else in this world, I may put it onto Series Sunday. To be honest, I've been wondering what the status of Series Sunday is at the moment. I don't know. I have thoughts about where I'm taking Series Sunday at the moment, and I don't know where that is. But yeah, this was read by Olivia Dowd. I loved the voice of this. So she's an actor, filmmaker, and co-director of London-based theatre company Mirrorball. She originally trained with the National Youth Theatre, where she played Macbeth at the Garrick, and she's been in Doctors, EastEnders, has recorded over 70 audiobooks, and she's originally from Birmingham and spent her time between there, west of Ireland and south east London. So yeah, oh, there's quite a few on here. Guest list, remote island, and invitation. I say I'm not going to reserve anything. Borrow. I think somebody's just reserved it. So it's on my reserve list now. It was going to be available and it said, no, this is only available for reserve. So, but yeah, I absolutely loved Some of Us Are Liars. There's Your Side, My Side, and The Truth. And it looks like there's faces on the clouds. I'm just a person that gets distracted by clouds. But in the book cover, you've got this house in the middle, which is supposed to be Deborah Winter's house, because there's a lake. And it looks like you've got two of the sisters on one side and one of them on the other side. And yeah, it's just, there's so many twists and turns. As I said, if you think you've guessed it, you're only halfway there. If you do the same thing that I did. I think I did this over about 3 days, listening to it on my lunch breaks. And yeah, it was just so clever. And it just, I've read a few books along the lines of like, one of us is lying, some of us are liars, like that kind of thing. So yeah, there was a point where I was thinking, have I read this before? But I think it's just because there's a similar title. But the front cover was giving me slight elements of a Lisa Jewell book called None of This Is True. I did feel like I was getting a little bit of that through this. And considering the fact that I really like Lisa Jewell, I think Fiona Cummins will be one to watch for me. Yeah. Some of Us Are Liars. There's Your Side, My Side, and The Truth. Fiona Cummins. Yeah, I just thought this was really clever. It's got elements of dark. I will say that because obviously there's the storyline of a father that comes home and kills his family, that's a big trigger. And there is also a child death in this book as well. So, yeah. Just be prepared for that. But yeah, it was just interesting looking at the relationships between the sisters and secrets that are being kept and secrets that have not been shared and the things that come out in the court case that you never thought would come out and things that people admit to that you're just like, wait, where the hell did that come from? But yeah, this was really clever. It was really like edge of your seat type stuff. I feel really echoey in here. It'll get better as I put more pictures on the walls and things. But yeah, it's currently 7:30 for me. I have no idea what the lighting is like, but I do have some lights above my dining room table right here, so hopefully it's not too dark. But it's just been a day where it has just been bleak and rainy with the occasional sunspot, but it's mainly just been raining today. So yeah, I was like, am I going to get a video film today? I don't know. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. If you like your detective stuff, if you like that family saga mystery type thing, as you go through it, you just realise just how devastated this family is. In more ways than one. It was just so good, and I recommend it if you like your murder mysteries, like I do. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll let you know what I've got lined up at the moment. After seeing the advert for The Roses, the new film, everywhere, and me realising I had not watched the original film, and it was originally a book, well, War of the Roses is on BorrowBox, so, yeah. I'm reading that at the moment. On audiobooks, I've got The Guest List by Lucy Foley. You may have just seen me reserve that one. I've got The Legacy by Caroline Bond, Come Back For Me by Heidi Perks, and then I'm about halfway through Little Wing by Freya North. I looking forward to talking about that one. That is a really good book. It's not quite what you think it is, but it's got a mystery in there which is really keeping me going. And then on audiobook reserves, I've got When I Was 10 by Fiona Cummins. And then I've also got reserved Think Again by Jacqueline Wilson, which will be available next year in January. And apparently it's read by Jacqueline Wilson and Carrie Hope Fletcher. I haven't listened to an audiobook by Carrie Hope Fletcher in a while. I briefly fell out of love with Carrie Hope Fletcher. My brain has basically been telling me that people are human. That's what I'm going to say about that. But I find them to be quite similar in a way, because they both like their rings. Jacqueline Wilson is known for all the rings that she wears, and Carrie Hope Fletcher wears a lot of rings. Or at least she did. I'm not sure if she still does, now that she's a mum. But before she had her daughter, she had lots of show rings. So yeah, Some of Us Are Liars by Fiona Cummins. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time with another video. I'm off to watch season 2 of Girls 5 Ever because my singing teacher told me about it, and I am now addicted to the cheesiest musical theatre show you've ever seen in your life beyond Glee. Thank you. Stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.